guys, Carl Cooper here with On the Black with some Friday fan comments. First, over at the Facebook page, Roger says, Sandy is doing just fine in his first year. Even if the Wilpons had an open checkbook, I still wouldn't spend any money. And then Roger goes on to list some reasons why. I've said before, I've said this when Sandy Alderson was first hired, that I'm going to give him a little time here to see what he can do. He's got some bad contracts he's got to get the Mets out from under, and it's going to take some time here to turn things around a little bit. Obviously, his strategy this offseason is to find sort of the low-risk, high-reward type of players. Probably next offseason, when the Mets have a little bit more room in terms of money to spend, you'll see them, make bigger splashes, if you will, in the offseason, similar to what Mania used to do in the past when he would bring in the big-name free agents. But I think some of the moves that Alderson has made this offseason, I've liked. I liked the Capuano move. I like Polina as the backup catcher, even though he says that he's not here to be a backup, he's here to start, which is fine. So I've liked some of the moves. I would really like to see the Mets, before spring training gets here, I would like to see them sign Chris Young. He's the guy that sort of I think would be a good fit for this rotation. Not saying that Chris Young is going to win 20 games, but I just think he'd be a good fit for the Mets. Over at the YouTube channel, Duffer21753 says, spend money on pitching and keep Ike at first. And basically what that comment is in reference to is my video that I made regarding Albert Pujols and the fact that he's entering in the last year of his deal with the Cardinals, and it'll be interesting to see, if he does hit the market next offseason as a free agent, if the Mets would pursue him or not. But, in a sense, I do agree with the comment here. Pitching is the key. Pitching wins championships. I mean, look what the Giants did this year with their big-name pitchers, with their guys at the top of their rotation, and look what we're stacked up against in our own division with what the Phillies have done with their pitching. So, yeah, obviously, pitching is the key, and the Mets, that should be their first priority, next offseason as well, when they have more money to spend. Would like to see them go after pitchers depending on who's available and who's out there for trades. And the last comment comes from PFH64, and he says, in reference to Mike Pelfrey, he needs to impose his will on this season and become, in baseball terms, a man. And what he's referring to there is part of a sort of a long comment that he made regarding Pelfrey, and that he really kind of needs to step up his game this year. And I would agree with that. I mean, with Santana being out, the Mets really don't have an ace front end of the rotation guy. Pelfrey is going to be sort of the #1 guy in this staff, at least until Santana comes back. And if the Mets are going to have any sort of success this year at all, they really need Mike Pelfrey to have a really good year. They need him to really, have the best year of his career so far and continue to improve, So be interesting to see. In my opinion, I'd like to see more consistency out of Mike Pelfrey this year over a longer stretch, over a long period of time. And hopefully, he can sort of anchor the front end of the rotation for the Mets. And they are going to need that if they're going to have any hopes of success this year. And that's it for my viewer comments this week. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you soon.